Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how to winterize this 4.3 Mercruiser V6. First thing we're going to do is remove the fuel water separator located down here, usually on the left corner on most engines. What we're going to do is remove this, and the reason we're removing this is because we're going to replace this with a brand new filter, and we're going to add our special winterization juice that's got stabilizer and a bunch of other fuel treatments, and we're going to run that through the whole fuel system until the motor is nice and warm. So we'll run about 20 minutes until the engine's nice and warm, and then after that it should be good. So now that is done, we're just going to let the motor run up so we can drain the block and get the filter all the way through it. I also notice here, this is the power steering pump, and as you can see, there's literally nothing in this guy's power steering pump. You can actually see looks like it's got some rust in there and stuff like that. Also on these Mercruisers, there's a drain in the front and 2 on the side. So like the other video I showed where there's only 4, this one technically has 5. So there's going to be 2 on the block and 2 on the manifold. First thing I'm going to do though is top off his power steering pump so it doesn't burn up or anything while I'm trying to run it in the shop. What I'm going to do is just fire up the engine and let it warm up.
All going again already. Yeah, I was going to say, it was so dry.
And as you guys can see, this guy has a leak in his power steering cooler, so we're letting him know about this. We won't fix it right now, but we'll just make him aware of it.
Yeah, it looks like the hoses are split.
Now that the motor is all nice and warm, what we're going to do is pull all the drains. So we're going to pull the first one is that located right here that goes to the main block's hose. This is just going to empty out the hose and pretty much a lot of the thermostat, and that's going to drain out all the water. Now, not all Mercruisers will have this, especially the V6s. Not all of them have it. Now, of course, we're going to remove the 2 located on the block. So the first one I always spin out is the one on the block, because if you spin out the manifold one, all that hot water can run down on your arm, and it's not really too fun when you're working in tight spaces. The other one we'll remove is the one located on the manifold. This one's a little bit harder to see, but it's located pretty much right under this hose. And again, same thing on the other side. Remove the block one, and as well as the manifold. Again, always go for the block one first, so you do not burn your arm or your hands while you're doing this. So in order to blow this air back in this hose, what we have to do is install this drain plug again, because basically it would just blow all the air right out of that little hole instead of actually blowing out of the block. Then what we're going to do is remove every single one of these hoses located on the thermostat, except for the very 2 ones in the back, because that just leaves the manifold right where we drained it. And what we're going to do is whip out our hose tool and break off all the seals. And this helps because you can see all the rust that builds up on there. But we'll remove the block, the 2 manifolds, and of course the one that goes out to your drive. And what we're going to do is blow air back through all these hoses with the drain plugs out. And this it pushes out all the water that can be sitting in the block or in the hoses or anything. That way there's no chance of cracking your block. Now this hose is very important to do because this one leads out towards the drive. So when you push air through, you'll actually hear all the water come out. And you really want to do this or else you have a chance of your drive cracking when it freezes. And once we've gotten all the water out and we're pretty sure that we've gotten just about every drop out, what we can do now is install all drains back on. So just put the drain in the block, in the manifold, and do the same thing on the other side. And just don't forget about the one that's located in the front. Once all the drains are in, basically what I have here is a remote that's connected to a hose, and I have this valve. Basically, this is hooked up to an electric pump with some antifreeze, and what we're going to do is pump it through the block and get it completely filled up. You'll actually see it will come out located up here at the thermostat housing. Once you see good pink, you know the block is completely filled up, and what we do is just throw the block hose right back on. The next hoses we're going to do are the manifolds, and then of course the one that goes out towards the drive. And then when you do these, technically you'll see that the water comes out towards the back. So you can see here for both manifolds that will come out here, located where the exhaust will come out, technically when it's underwater. And then of course the other hose will do the drive. You can see it come right out of the water pickup. A good habit to also have is always check these. So basically what this is that water pressure opens these up, and that's how your actual manifolds stay cool and how water can actually go through. I've seen this multiple times where these will get stuck and seized, and you'll have overheating issues in the spring and stuff like that, or one manifold will overheat while the other one will stay ice cold. And once all the antifreeze has been pumped through all the hoses, what we're going to do is just install all the hoses and tighten down the hose clamps.
Especially if you let me show off your it's horrible.
And that's how you guys winterize a Mercruiser V6. And I didn't show you guys doing the drive, but part of the winterization, you probably want to check the least the gear lube. If you guys like the video, drop a like down below and subscribe.